Hello everyone and welcome to Enforcer GK. This is going to be the 7th race, first one on the night for week 3 of the short track showdown. We're getting some more go-kart action here. This one's made by Roman, and as you can see, it's here on Halo 4 on this particular canvas. I don't remember what it's called. Is it Impact? I don't know. But this one's cracked. It's got some pretty crazy elevation change. We got some terrain action in this one, which we love to see. A little bit of that in the go-kart schedule. Got some jump action too. So yeah, pretty cool. Nice, simple, short and sweet GK cooked up here by Roman. It's going to be a 45 lappers, so pretty long race. In terms of the lap count, yeah, it's pretty crazy lap counts tonight in general. We'll get to some of those other ones later. But let's go through the starting lineup. Going to be going left to right on this one. We're going to be doing Hunter, Camby, Soul, Slaunch, Roman, Detail, Luke, and Armada. All right, so I'm going to go POV with Luke here because I think we're starting at 59. We're doing the timer start and not like a sticky dead or a nade or anything. So I think it's 59 flat. There it is. So we're green. Hunter leading them down early on into the terrain. Where things could get cheesy. Oh, yeah, you see the boops right there. The force pushes are kind of crazy on Halo 4, not going to lie. Wow, Soul gets cheesed way wide. But yeah, under, like, disgust aspect of Halo 4 is those force pushes, when you get close to people, they are pretty wild on this game. We saw a pretty big one there on the first lap, and I'm sure we'll see some other ones in this race with this close go-kart action. You saw a little bit of it there, Detail and Slaunch. It's brutal for Slaunch going super wide. Soul and Slaunch getting the worst of that early on. Soul already recovered, going to be battling with Roman there. Slaunch going to have to try to lock back in. It's Camby and Hunter for the lead. Ooh, a little bit of contact there. Soul and Roman duking it out hard. Roman having a pretty good week last week, getting his first dub on the board. Soul and Roman actually both. Oh, wow, Roman sending it there. Soul and Roman both with victories on the season so far. Soul, of course, taking the first race, and Roman taking the first Hog Tier S last week. So, yeah, both those drivers getting wins early on. Expecting to see some stuff like that in the short track showdown. It's pretty crazy, these races, and with how battle-heavy they are, it's just very likely that we're going to see more variety in the wins. And what was this? What happened here? Detail he's trying to pass Hunter here. He's putting on an early charge to the front. Camby and Hunter are battling. Detail trying to complete the pass on Hunter. And you see right here they get locked up with each other. And they both go down hard into the wall right there. Detail does recover at an opportune time. Keeps most of his track position. Comes out right in front of the pack. But Hunter did lose quite a bit off that. So yeah, brutal. They're both racing hard for second place right there, and they got locked up and sent into the wall. So now it's Camby and Luke going to be going for the lead here. Camby doing a good job holding on to this so far this race. Luke going to try to look for an opportunity here, and Detail still not too far off. A lot of the drivers sending it into that jump there. That's what you got to do to get the speed on this track. It's a pretty tricky track. Few areas where, like, the fast way through is not so obvious, I'd say. It's getting really close for the lead. Luke right there. Maybe having a look to the inside now on Camby. And Detail's still really close behind. Oh, they get locked up. And Detail slides it into the inside. 3 wide for the lead. On the downhill, the force pushes are in. Camby gets booped out. Still close for the lead. Detail going to work the inside, and it looks like he's going to take it off of all that crazy. Big battle between Camby and Luke. Detail seizes the opportunity, takes the lead, but he doesn't quite have it settled yet. Still very close, but Luke and Camby, they're going to have to try to fight for this early on. Roman up to 4th. Not too far off here either. Oh, Detail hits the inside of the railing. Camby makes contact with Luke. They both go down. Camby back to the lead. Roman sneaks into second. That's going to be a big shakeup in the race. Detail looking strong with the lead, but A big mistake right there, mixes things up. And speaking of which, Camby makes one there too. This could be the lead back on. Roman knows there's a big opportunity here. He doesn't want to let this happen too easily. Trying to stay in this battle the best that he can. Obviously, it's Roman's own track, but also getting a win, getting a solid finish last week. He knows there's a good opportunity for him to get another good finish here, but now he's got Luke to the inside. Camby still leading laps. Oh, Detail with a big send. Maybe too hard, saves it somehow. Just absolutely huge contact with Camby right there. That was quite the send. Lucky they didn't full flip on that one, but keeps it going. Luke gets around Roman. Roman back to 4th, but still in the fight. Soul back up to 5th. With how his start it was to this race, honestly, a pretty good comeback, and he's like right there. He's got leaders in sight, and if they keep battling like that, that might help him out. Oh, that is unfortunate. Camby looking for the line on this inside. Detail trying to find an opening, just not having it. Luke gets the back end of it, and that's going to happen at the worst angle for him. Roman and Soul both will go by. Meanwhile, Detail still has second place position right behind Camby. Somehow getting away with these close calls early on in this race. And another big send on Camby, and that might be the one for the lead for real this time. He's forcing it, and it looks like he's got it. Detail with a strong start to the go-karts in week 1. It's the second one that we're racing on the season here. He's looking to go back-to-back on the go-karts. Camby not giving it up super easily, fighting back to the inside there. And Roman now back in it as well. Battle really is on in this race. Here we go. Roman to the inside. Camby a little wide. Detail now finally starting to get a little bit of breathing room. Starting to open up that gap to the lead. Comes Roman. Oh, close battling with Camby and Roman. Roman again, like I said. Oh, big send right there. Nice line on the inside. I think Roman might have the pass. Looks like he's going to. Camby not going to fight it too hard. Going to concede that spot. Yeah, Roman, honestly, just on a roll in the summer. He's been heating up, doing a lot better. Got 2 wins in our June tournament. Got 1 win on the season already, and he's looking to have a strong finish this race in second place right now. It's honestly one of the best starts to a season that he's had in a while, it feels like, and he's trying to ride that momentum. He's doing a pretty good job so far. We'll see only 8 drivers tonight. Maybe not as much lap traffic cheese in this race, so that's something that could mix things up. With Detail starting to work his way away, but again, like I don't think that's going to be as much of a factor in this night as it was in the first night with that go-kart. This track also seemingly a bit longer, more wide open too, I'd say. Actually, I'm not even convinced that it's longer. I'm not sure the lap count works out, but almost feels that way. Gap's starting to spread out a bit. Detail Roman starting to get away with first and second, looking pretty solid. Camby, with big contact on the railing right there. That might open up third. Luke sends it to the inside. He's going to take it. Camby still having a good race so far. Still in 4th. He can just lock in and put in some good laps. Camby could still put on a good finish in this first race. Even losing the podium. It just a great advantage starting in the front. He's done a pretty good job. Led a bunch of laps. A few mistakes here and there, but can still have a really good finish. Soul having a great comeback, could maybe work his way to the top 4. Starting to close in on Camby. It was just an awful start for Soul this race. But, you know, got to give it to him. He's been on a really good comeback, and he's been doing a good job trying to make the most of it. A little bit of railing contact right there, but nothing too crazy. He's not out of it yet. Slaunch as well with that early start, trying to get back from it. Just so brutal. Hunter, that incident as well. Armada too. In the back of the field. Roman doing a good job not letting Detail get too far away. It looks like he's trying to keep that gap somewhat close. See if anything gets interesting there. But a pretty good track from Roman. Liking the go-karts we've seen so far. Big variety in how they're made, too. Obviously, cooking them up for the season, saying, like, okay, trying to do some Firestone Firehawk type things. People took it in different directions, and I think Roman definitely did the most, like, classic Firestone Firehawk looking track here as far as, like, a go-kart goes. Like, how it would transfer to go-kart. Yeah, love the different directions that everybody's taken it creatively, but I definitely would say Roman with this one, probably the most classic Firestone Firehawk vibe. The mix of terrain in the start and just, yeah, like the way the turns are. Big inclines. Quick jump towards the end, too. Like, I just think it fits it pretty well. And on Halo 4, too. Some other tracks that are pretty close to it as well, but good wide range of it as far as the go-kart tracks go. 26 laps deep, still a ways to go. Lap traffic. Detail's starting to approach Roman, or sorry, Armada. Could make things interesting here. Let's see if anything goes down. Got the inside. Looks like it's just going to be a nice clean pass. Does Armada fight back here? Nope. Nothing too crazy. So, not much time loss off that. But I got to say, like, Roman's doing a good job. He's keeping it close, but now he's got to deal with Armada. How does this go? Oh, big send from Roman. Oh, big send back from Armada, not having it. Okay. And then Roman going to get him on the following turn, but yeah, Ramda hitting him with a little bit of that sass right there. Okay, liking that. Opens up the second and third place battle. So that is now back on. We're trying to approach Hein Roman here. Yeah, you see how big the gap has gotten for the top three. That's Soul. Soul did get around Camby, so Soul on that comeback, now up to fourth. Probably going to need some help to get any further up, though. And, you know, maybe Slaunch could do something there, too, because Camby's now in Slaunch's sights. So Slaunch got to try to not give up on it here. Could maybe still have a top five, and Camby's got to try to lock it in for the last 15 laps. See if he can hold on to a nice top five for him. Let's get a shot here. This is probably going to be the closest battle that we have on track right now. Luke and Roman going to be battling for the second and third, which could be huge for the championship, huge for the overall. Like I said, I think the races are going to be... I think this season's going to be pretty cracked. Like, I don't think you're going to have any just, like, solid domination from any, like, one or, like, handful of drivers. Like, Detail, Luke, and Slaunch having most of the moto wins last season. You know, obviously somebody will have the lead in that category, but I think it'll be pretty competitive. Like, these tracks, the way this season has been built up, it's going to be really hard. Like, I don't think we'll see a sweep. I mean, I'm making that call right now. Sick battle with these crossovers between Luke and Roman, by the way. I'm making that call right now. I don't think we'll see a sweep this season. I mean, it's possible, don't get me wrong. But just personally, the way it's gone so far, I don't think we'll see it. The closest somebody's gotten so far was Detail in week 1. Obviously won 2 races, but got cheesed for last of the first ones. So, you know, 2 wins, you want to look at it that way as being close. But, I mean, the way his first race went was pretty cheesy. It was closer than it looks with the result, but still. I just think it's going to be a really, really hard feat. And you also got to think we have 2 quads on the season. We have 2 quads in the season. Well, can be closed back in on Soul here. What the hell? Oh, might get spicy there too. But we have 2 quads in the season. Those are going to be extremely hard to sweep on. And those are a decent amount of the remaining nights. You know, after this, we'll be 3 nights in. There'll be 5 nights remaining. Not talking at Freddy's. 5 nights remaining. 3 of them will be these classic 3-race nights that we've been doing. But there'll be 2 quads worked in there. So, again, like if the sweep's going to happen, it's going to be on a 3-race night. But there's only going to be 3 more of them left after this one. So, I don't know. It's possible. I just don't think we'll see it happen. I think this series will be way too competitive. Just the way that we're doing the starts this season, the variety of tracks, and the constant switching within each night of like different tracks, different vehicles, different games. It's just a really freaking hard season to pull that off on. And yeah, I think we'll have a sweepless season. We'll see, but that's my prediction right now. Luke and Roman battle heating up again. They've been pretty clean about it, but they've been doing a good job putting on a nice show here with some good crossovers. Luke going to take the spot there, but I don't think Roman is done yet. 6 laps to go. You see Detail with the battle opening up. He has just worked his way away. It was getting pretty close in the beginning. Took him some time to warm up, but it's really locked in at this point, and it's looking like he's going to go back-to-back on the go-karts. Here we go. Oh! Look at this fight between Luke and Roman here getting spicy. Roman having a nice run to the inside. And a little bit of a boop and a little bit of a big run for Luke there. Getting really close to contact on the railing, but just enough to get in front of Roman. Great battle for second place right now. We'll see if Roman gets aggressive. If he gets another opportunity here, which I think he might. There's only 4 laps left to go. And yeah, Soul and Camby, that's actually getting pretty close again. Like, it looked like Soul had it, but Camby's maybe learned something behind him. He's keeping it close. Maybe that'll bring Slaunch back into it. I don't know. Still a lot of positions up for grabs. Late in the race, 3 laps to go. Gap is not that large. Still time left for Roman. Try to pick up another point here. Detail climbing the hill. He's going to be coming to 2 to go this time by. There it is. Look at this 3-way battle. Soul, Camby, and Slaunch. What has happened? It is on. They're all involved in it. 2 to go. There's Detail right there on the left side of your screen. That's the gap. At the top, you've got that 3-way battle. At the middle of it now is Luke and Roman. Detail going to be coming to white flag this time by. He's going to be hitting the last lap to go. And again, he's looking pretty checked, but the rest of the battles, it looks like there's still quite a few on here. The end of this race. Oh yeah, it's getting super close. But there he goes up the hill. You can see him right behind Hunter. Detail going to do it. 3rd win on the season. Takes it at Enforcer, and Luke holds on to 2nd. Roman will take 3rd. Another podium for him. Here they come. Not going to be able to spice it up. Soul will take that 4th place. Camby 5th. Slaunch 6th. Hunter 7th. And Armada will finish in 8th. To my knowledge, no driver at this point besides Detail with multiple moto wins on the season, and he's going to make it 3. So he's chasing down that points lead on Luke, which might be a tie, or he might still have it. It's close after this race. But in terms of the win column, I mean, he's been looking really solid so far. Picks up another one here on Enforcer. 2 GK Ws for him. He's going to ride that momentum into the 2nd race on the night, which is going to be a TRS, but switching it up, we're going to have a Hog TRS, more of a truck TRS on Reach. See you guys there.